I was about 148 kilos before COVID. And when I came for surgery, I was 174. The day of the surgery, I asked my girlfriend to bring me chocolate to the hospital room. The orthopedic said, you need to go and have bariatric surgery. At the weight you are in, you're doing more damage to your joints and your body.
Life 360.
Hello and welcome back to Life 360. My name is Robbie Omondi. Here we talk about health, and now we talk again about obesity, or rather the journey of losing weight. My guest will be taking us through her journey, where she began from, how much did she weigh then and now. Allow me to introduce you to our guest.
Hi, my name is Sonja Coney. I'm 53 years old. And my journey started perhaps about 2 years ago, actually. In COVID, I gained maybe 25-30 kilos.
Wow.
Without even knowing or being thinking. I was working from home. I was doing everything at home. I kept increasing in weight. I started to think about, can I walk to the shopping center? Do I want to go to the supermarket? That was happening. People were telling me I was breathing heavy, but foolishly, I wasn't really associating that with weight loss, okay? I was also buying new clothes and going to the tailor all the time. And my husband thought I was crazy. But for me, instead of saying, okay, you need to stop because your clothes don't fit you, I just thought, let me go and make new ones.
Yeah.
And that continued, believe it or not, for a year and a half until unfortunately I fell and I damaged my knee.
Before telling us about damaging your knee, you mentioned that you added so much weight during COVID. How much did you weigh before then, and how much did you now add during this period?
I'm a big woman, huh? So I was about 148 kilos before COVID, which is huge. And when I came for surgery, I was 174 kilos.
Wow. This is interesting. So maybe tell us, how did you know that now it's time for you to take a step towards now losing weight and actually working on your health generally?
It was hard, but what I want to tell you is I didn't associate the changes that were happening with me with the weight loss. It's like I thought they were two different things. I was totally ignoring the fact that we had returned to work, and I hated going because I have to walk, how far is the parking, breathing, all of a sudden I had to be walking with an inhaler all the time. And there was also the feeling about, do I really need to lose weight, or am I conforming to society? Okay, is this about me feeling better, or is this about saying that society says if you're not a size this, you're not good, you're not good enough? And especially since I've always been curvy, I challenged that all my life. So I didn't think about it in that way. Until I fell and the knee got damaged, and I went to the orthopedic surgeon, and he told me two things. One, you cannot get an MRI done because in Kenya, the MRIs are made for quote unquote regular sized people, and you will not fit, so I won't embarrass you by sending you. That was the first tough message to hear. And the second was, you probably need surgery on the knee, and I can do the surgery, but you won't recover because you have on too much weight. You won't be able to stand to make the knee
Heal.
to get things. Those were two aha moments. The orthopedic said, you need to go and have bariatric surgery. He said, at the weight you are in, you're doing more damage to your joints and your body, and it's going to take you 2 years to lose the weight that you need to lose the weight. It's not worth it. You need to act now.
Yeah.
But now that I have changed, I can tell you, beyond the portion, the things I was eating was the wrong thing.
What kind of foods did you like? What kind of foods did you eat? Was it junk food? What kind of meals or food or diet basically did you have?
I love tea. Let me start with tea. Because you are going to think it's a plate. No, it starts with tea. I had because the doctor counted with me, about 8 cups of tea in a day. And each one required 3 teaspoons of sugar. Okay?
Yeah.
So for me, it was a sugar addiction, really, because I didn't drink soda, but I love juice. But it wasn't natural juice, it was box juice, okay? I never drank water. Water was not on the list. And then in the day when I'm at work, I pick. So candy, chocolate, chips, I pick, okay? So my dinner size was not really shocking, or my breakfast, but it was the small bitings over and over again. I will give you a joke. The day of the surgery, I asked my girlfriend to bring me chocolate to the hospital room. The doctor told me that I had until midnight to eat. And after that, none. And I said, my last chocolate. You're coming to visit, bring it. And we had it all happily, okay?
Yeah.
Believe me, after surgery, I don't know what happened. I have not had sugar since.
Wow.
So, after you do the surgery, first you start on a liquid diet, and it goes through many phases of liquids. So you go through liquid you can see, that's what they call the clear liquid, right? And then you go to liquid that is a little soft or that has some color, which is juice, okay? Then you start to have little soup, vegetable soup. So you go through, in a month, you go through many stages of liquid, all right? And you feel full. The problem comes when you're to start to eat food, because your intake is restricted, and so the nutrients that you generally get from food normally every day, your choma, your chicken, your rice, well, I wasn't doing too much on vegetable, but your potato, you this, you don't want it. 2, you can't eat a lot of it. 3, if you push yourself, the body is going to tell you you were naughty and it will come out.
Yeah.
So you have to become very, very intentional about what it is you are going to eat, because you're going to get full very quickly.
Yes.
Okay? So your muscles need protein to build up.
Yeah. For someone maybe who might be in doubt, because when people hear about surgery, something else comes to mind.
I think that is what we all thought, but it's not true.
Yeah.
So I can only speak about the experience with this doctor.
Yes.
Okay? So the surgery is done very high tech. It's like robotic laparoscopy. So there is no cut. When I woke up, I had 5 band-aids like spots. So they must have made small sutures, incisions, and gone in with staples.
Right.
Okay, with staples. So there was that. I did not have pain. Okay. Others were complaining, I did not have any pain. All right. Within 12 hours of surgery, I was up walking. And it's like 30 minutes, huh? Now the drama begins, and I'll call it drama, when you get home. Because here you have nurses, life is good. So the first thing to learn is that you have to sleep sitting up for a few days.
Oh.
So you have to get pillows and put them behind you and sleep like this.
Upright.
Yeah, upright, okay?
Yes.
Because you're not allowed to lie on the tummy because of the sutures, okay? So it's not that they are hurting, but it's because you are to protect the area, right?
Maybe from stretching?
From stretching and what have you.
So now the surgery is done. How long did it take for you to see, or rather to have visible results, and you could tell now I can see changes on my body?
So we have a WhatsApp group of all the people who did the surgery together, which is a wonderful support. People started to weigh themselves in 5 days, okay? I was like, are you guys for real? No. So I waited 2 weeks, because that was the first. I lost 10 kilos.
After 2 weeks?
After 2 weeks.
All right.
Okay.
How did it feel?
I couldn't believe it. I kept going back on the scale to see is it true or not. Because you see, it's mentally a hard journey. You asked me about feeling, but I want to tell you, it's not a physical pain. It's a mental thing, okay? First of all, when you're told you can't, you want to. So the first thing is you can't eat food, so you want food. Doesn't matter whether you're hungry or not, you know, your body resists the idea that you can't. So there is that. Then there is is something happening inside, is something going to rupture. So that's a second set of concerns that you have. The third is then, believe it or not, how are you going to explain that you lost this weight? Is this a secret? Are you going to tell people that you did this? Are you going to hide it?
Yeah.
So those things are more on your mind than anything else.
How was your support system? Talking about, you mentioned your husband, you mentioned your children, your friends. How did you tell them, or how did they accept now this is you getting to understand and embrace the new changes in your body?
My husband was very concerned. And he would not explain why he was concerned. He just said it wasn't a good idea and I should go and find a personal trainer and walk the dog or walk with him and it would be okay. All right? My children are young. They're kind of like, Mom, do what you want to do. It's up to you. And then I had girlfriends who were the biggest support to say, yeah, do your research, but medicine has moved on. Yeah. It's possible, it's happening. It's about your life, your choices. This is a way to get healthy. I was getting fat and nobody was saying, Sonja, you're getting fat. Huh? Until I said, I think I'm going to do the surgery. And then they were like, yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Is it that maybe you didn't want to be told that you're fat? Like, no one wants to be told they're fat or they're getting bigger.
Of course, you don't want to be told. Yeah. You don't want to be told. You take it personally because it seems like a judgment of a bad behavior you have done. So, yes.
How long has it been after the surgery, or rather since the surgery, and how much do you weigh now?
6 months. I am shocked to say I have lost almost 50 kilos. It is like I've lost a human being, an 8-year-old or a 10-year-old, right? Yes. Like you see your image in a picture, in a photo, and you say, is that me? Because who you see in the mirror, you don't see it. Yeah. Okay?
But you don't like it.
You don't like it at the same time then when you see it. So the first thing that changed was my sleeping habits. My breathing stopped. I stopped snoring. Okay? And I even had sleep apnea. So sleep apnea is where you stop breathing when you're sleeping. It's kind of, you sound like you're choking.
Yeah.
That went, okay? That and the sugar craving are the first two things I can tell you went, all right? Energy levels have changed. Wheelchair went.
Yes.
Okay, wheelchair went. I got a personal trainer
Yeah.
to help me to start working out. Because I have to learn new habits. I have to learn what this healthy lifestyle means because it's not natural to me.
Now, after all this, you initially were supposed to undergo a knee surgery. Eventually, did you have it?
I didn't have to do the knee surgery. I haven't bought a Ventolin inhaler in 6 months. Okay? These are real facts. Okay? I have completely changed how my household is shopping and buying in terms of food and consumption.
Is there an ideal weight that you want to get to?
The weight that I am now, I think I was at before my husband met me, and I'm married 20 years. Okay? All right? So I was in my 30s. I am already feeling very good. Okay? I don't know myself as a size 10 or a size 12. I don't know myself in those sizes. And to put it in context, surgery I was size 28, now I'm size 20. So my goal, I would like to be 110. Yeah, I would like to be 110 because to me that's a nice juicy size 18.
You still want to be curvy and, you know.
It's still curvy, yeah? You see, I want to be in the curvy girl group.
Yes.
That's part of me, okay? But I will be a curvy girl who can go to the gym, who can walk in Karua, who can, you know, eventually, because another reason I did this was because of the next 20 years of your life. So, you know, when you're in your 50s, you start to think about retirement.
All right, yes.
Yeah? And you start to plan for grandchildren. And I want to be around. And I want to be able to run after them at birthday parties. So this is also about future proofing. But since they say that it's possible to regain maybe 5 kgs or so after you finish, I think I hope to end up between 100 and 110.
Initially, you had mentioned about changing your wardrobe to actually fit now the sizes that you are going up. And as a woman, everyone wants to look good, wants to feel good about what they're dressing. How has that been now with the journey and losing the weight and now embracing different kinds of clothes?
Well, the first joke is I had about 4 sizes of clothes. Remember I told you I was making clothes all the time? So I had clothes from size 22 to size 28, okay? Which is what I moved in 4 years,
Yeah.
right? So I have been happily rediscovering things in my outfits and things, happily rediscovering them. But now it's getting to a point where I put on a suit and I was told to take it off. It's just too big. It's just too big. So I'm stubborn because I had beautiful clothes. So I took 3 bags of clothes to my tailor to say reduce.
Yes.
But that will stop because actually cost-benefit wise, it's going to be a joy to go back to shopping.
So now, what are some of the joys of now feeling healthy? You've lost this weight, you're feeling better, your knee is not hurting. You know, what are some of the joys that come with the process and the journey that you're in?
Breathing and not panting, okay? Walking and not having to sit down because you're tired, right? Smiling and opening up and not being concerned about what are people thinking about me and am I the biggest one in the room or the smallest one. You know, I used to go into meetings and quickly do a scan of the room to see, am I the only big one? Am I not? Etc. I used to do these things subconsciously. I don't anymore. etc. I'm taking photos all the time, and sending them when I had virtually stopped. So those are some of the things. But beyond that, I'm proud that I made the decision. I should have made it earlier. So the support that you get in the journey makes you feel you can do it. And when you see the change it's making to how you feel about yourself, I'm not talking about how you look, you notice? I'm talking about how you feel in your body, how you feel with your energy, that you're not walking with pain. You know, I used to be popping painkillers every day because of my knee or my ankle. Then you had the Ventolin, you had all these things. Gone.
A word to someone who might doubt that this is the way to go for them to actually live a healthy life.
After you have done it, there are about 12 of us in our group, and every single one is doing it. Some people had diabetes, it's gone. I didn't have that, but some people did. Hypertension, for me it was the knee and the mobility. But what everybody is seeing the difference. Everybody.
Thank you very much, Sonja, for joining us and sharing your story, and I'm certain it's going to go a long way in creating awareness about the current and the modern ways of actually losing weight for a better health. And to my viewers, it's still an interesting episode, and we're going to still bring other case studies or rather people who have gone through these procedures. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel Life 360 for better and more episodes like this. Until next time, my name is Robbie Omondi. Bye bye.